ننتقل الآن إلى شيء مهم جدا، وهذا فعلا أنا يعني مستغرب، يعني أين علماء العرب مسلمين وغير مسلمين وأساتذة الجغرافيا والفيزياء والرياضيات، يعني ما خطر ببال يعني أحدهم إنه يعمل مقياس. مثلا نحن بالمخططات بالكذا بياخذ واحد مقياس، يقول واحد على 1000، واحد على 1500، واحد على 10000، بياخذ مقياس. يعني كنا نشوف دائما يجيبوا لنا الكرة الأرضية بشكلها الكبير ويحطونا جنبها هيك جسم ضوء ويدرسون عليه. أنا لفت انتباهي إني أخذت أبعاد الشمس وحجوم الشمس والقمر وأقطارهم، يعني فعلا صدمت. يعني لاحظوا معي إخواني، هون الشمس 150 مليون كيلومتر، وقطر الشمس هي الأرقام تبين أبعاد وأقطار. طيب لو أخذنا مقياس 30,000 مشان بس نعمل مجسمات ونحاول يعني شوف تجربة ملموسة على أرض الواقع، وراح أحاول فرجيكم إياها بعد نهاية الفيديو. نقسم 1 على 30,000 لكل جزء، بيطلع عندي بعد الشمس عن الأرض حسب المقياس اللي حطيناه. هلا أنا نأخذ وحدة القياس بالمليمتر من أجل القيام بتجربة تحاكي الواقع. هذا يعني أن بعد الشمس عن الأرض يعني 4949 مليمتر، يعني خلينا نقول 4.9 متر، 5 امتار معقولة. أنا ضليت حاول يعني أقرب المقياس لا يصير واقعي وأقدر أنفذ التجربة فيه. يعني 5 امتار، أنا راح أبتعد 5 امتار، الشمس بعدها 5 امتار عننا. قطر الشمس 46 ملي، كمان بسيط، يعني 4.5 5 سنت، كمان نقدر ننفذه. قطر الأرض 0.4 مليمتر، يعني نص مليمتر. طيب أنا شلون بدي أشوفه هذا نص مليمتر؟ وقطر القمر 0.1، يعني 1/10 مليمتر. وبعد القمر عن الأرض 12 مليمتر، 13 مليمتر. يعني وقت حاولت بدي محاكاة التجربة على الواقع لا يوجد منطق ولا قبول علمي أو عقلي أبدا، لا بالكسوف ولا بالخسوف ولا الإضاءة ولا الانعكاس ولا أبدا 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 أبدا. يعني كيف أنت عم تقارن؟ يعني عبارة عن ميكرونات عم تحطها قدام حجوم مسافات هائلة. طبعا أنا حاولت حفرجيكم قرب، يعني كبرت الأرض 35 مرة، وكبرت القمر 35 مرة، وكبرت بس 35 مشان بس تشوفوا. طبعا حتى طبعا من مصلحتنا نكبرهم، لأنه إذا نكبرهم نكبر الشمس كمان. طبعا الشمس نكبرها وما بدي أروح، ما عندي مكان، بس معليش خلينا نكبرها على حساب الشمس. فكبرتهم 35 مرة، يعني بحيث صار قطر الأرض 15 ملم، وقطر القمر 4.5 ملم، وبعد القمر عن الأرض 45 سم. يعني الشمس وإضاءتها أحاطت في يعني قعدت بدي أشوف أنا شلون بده يصير الكسوف، وشلون بده يصير الخسوف، وشلون بده يصير الانعكاس. ما في منطق نهائيا. يعني أرجو أنا يعني حدا يقوم بهالتجربة هاي. هلأ جيت الأرض المسطحة، والله الأرض المسطحة كانت مقبولة جدا. الأرض المسطحة قطرها 24,900 ميل، يعني 40,000 كيلومتر مربع، 40,000 كيلومتر عفوا. وعملت كمان مقياس، عملت مقياس 1 على 100. بعد الشمس عن الأرض 5000 كيلومتر، بمقياس على 1 على 100 طلع معي 50. وقطر الشمس 52 فقط كيلومتر، مو 100 ما بعرف أرقام فلكية. وقطر الأرض 40,000 حطيناه. هلا من أجل وحدة قياس بالمتر، من أجل قيام تجربة تحاكي الواقع، بعد الشمس عن الأرض 50 متر، قطر الشمس نص متر، قطر الأرض 400 متر، نصف قطرها 200 متر. حاولت أنا حاكيها التجربة، لاحظت يعني إنه كأني عندي ملعب كرة قدم، ملعب كرة قدم ما في كشافات إخواني. لاحظ نفس أبدا النسبة هي قريبة جدا من كشاف موجود. بدل ما عم تحط كشافات 4، حط كشاف واحد بوسط الملعب، حطه على ارتفاع. طبعا عندهم ارتفاعات من 15 ل 30 ل 35 متر. هي طول الملعب، وهي نصف قطر الأرض، وهي ارتفاع الكشاف، وهي بعد الشمس عن الأرض. 200 على 5، 120 على 30، بيطلع 4. يعني شيء مقبول الواقع. طبعا نحن البشر نعادل عبارة عن يعني أجزاء ميكرونات على سطح الملعب هذا اللي هو بشكل هاي، بس مشان نشوف كنسبة وتناسب. نهاية الفيديو ها طبعا حطيت لكم كمان فيديو لسه عن الظل. موضوع الظل نسيت أكلمكم عليه كمان، بدي حفرجيكم تجربة عليه. الظل إخواني إذا كانت الكرة الأرض كروية لازم يصير عشرات الأضعاف. يعني الشمس وقت اللي بدها تميل فالظل بده يزداد، لكن نحن الظل ما بنشوفه بيزداد اكثر من، يعني المتر ما بصير اكثر من مترين و70، ثلاثة وشوي، ثلاث اضعاف فقط. كمان حفرجيكم اياها. بنهاية الفيديو اسال الله التوفيق لي ولكم جميعا، والى لقاء اخر ان شاء الله. اراكم بخير، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. مثل ما شايفين هون هاي الضوء عبارة عن 4.5 سنتي، 4.6 تقريبا. وهاي الأرض عبارة عن 15 ملي أو سنتي ونص. وهاي القمر حوالي 5 ملي. وهاي بعد الأرض عن القمر 45 سنت. لاحظوا كيف الإضاءة ملأت المكان كله، يعني وجه الشمس غطى يعني مساحات كبيرة جدا لا تقارن بحجم الأرض والقمر. هاي الانتكات شايفين، مع انه انا عم بستخدم لمبة يعني 300 لوكس مقابل 135 ألف لوكس للشمس بيوصلنا. السؤال الآن، هل يستطيع هذا القمر المسكين أن يحجب ضوء الشمس؟ لاحظوا إذا حركناه شوفوا قديش حجمه مقابل حجم الشمس. طيب رقم 2، بما أنه الشمس مغطاي يعني مغطاي مساحة كبيرة، يعني مغطاي السماء كلها، يعني هون الأرض فقط عم تحجز ظلها. معناتها أي شخص هون في نصف الكرة الأرضية المعتم وقت اللي يطلع على السماء المفروض المكان المعتم هو بس ظل الشمس، لكن حواليه يعني إذا طلع حواليه بالنسبة للأفق من كافة الجوانب حول دائرة الكرة الأرضية المفروض يلاقي إضاءة الشمس عم تحيطه، أو أشعتها على الأقل عم تحيطه من كافة الجوانب. أما لأنه الشمس مغطاي السماء كلها بسبب قوتها ووهجها يعني عم يوصل 135، أنا 135 ألف لوكس، أنا هون لمبة صغيرة ب 300 لوكس غطت المكان كله. فتصوروا الطاقة النووية تبع الشمس اللي خبرونا عنها والانفجارات اللي عم تطلع منها وقوة وشدة إضاءتها. ما بعرف أنا يعني بعد ما عملت هالتجربة وأخذت المقاييس ما لقيت فيه منطق أبدا، لا منطق علمي ولا منطق يعني يتقبلوا العقل للأبعاد والمسافات والحجوم. فإذا في حدا عنده إجابة على هالتساؤلات يا ريت، بنكون ممنون، وقد أكون على خطأ، بس أنا هذا اللي جربته، هذا اللي طلع معي. نأتي الآن إلى تجربة الظل ونشوف امتداد الظل في الأرض الكروية. لاحظوا معي هلأ الشمس هون عمودية بدها تغرب. لاحظوا كيف أنا عامل قصاصات ورقية كل وحدة بطول العود اللي أنا مستخدمه. شوفوا قديش امتد الظل ووصل على الجدار، ومشان ما تفكروا انه انعكاس العود راح حرك الظل مشان تشوفوا على الأرض. شايفين إخواني؟ وهي لسه ما غربت الشمس على الآخر كمان. هاي بظن انه واضح جدا. فهل من المعقول طول الظل؟ هل في حدا شاف عند غروب الشمس أو عند شروق الشمس ظل بأكثر من 10 أضعاف وبيطلع على الحائط ويطلع؟ نرجع. أما في الأرض المسطحة فحنشوف إنه الشمس هي فوق سطح الأرض وعم تبتعد، وابتعادها هو اللي عم يحدد الظل. لاحظوا قديش امتداد الظل، هي ضعفين تقريبا، وصل لثلاث أضعاف وبلش يختفى ضوء الشمس. المفروض بنقرب، لاحظين؟ وهذا اللي بنشوفه بحواسنا كل يوم. بترككم هلأ مع الفيديو الشيق، وإلى لقاء آخر إن شاء الله.
This world is very different from what most people think it is. There are very powerful people who essentially rule this world right now. And the ordinary person is a slave in this world. And slaves aren't educated. You know, they're taught what they need to, or, you know, they need to know, that's it. They're not taught truth, they're taught what they need to know. And so you're taught enough so that you can, you know, do the paperwork and operate the machinery, but you're not meant to know what's really going on, because that's the power they have over us. They know what's going on, you know, how this world works. We don't, so they can control us. One of the things about slavery is the slaves weren't freed. They were never freed. When the 14th Amendment or 13th Amendment, I can't remember which one, actually made everybody a slave. If you're a citizen of a country, you're a slave. That's what a citizen is. So they literally extended the slavery to everybody and made it an open prison, and that's where everybody in the world lives now. We're slaves to very powerful masters. We don't see bars. No. Yeah? The bars are the borders of the country. Right? You have to use a pass to get out, and they'll let you out if you show them your pass. Yeah, and sometimes they won't let you out. You know, as I was coming here, I was lining up to go on the plane, and somebody in front of me was told, no, you can't fly. They found something in your bag, so you can't fly today. So, you know, we have, as I said, we have natural rights to travel anywhere on this earth. We were born on this earth. We have the right to travel anywhere. But our masters have kept us in small, open prisons that you need to get permission to move around. This idea that, you know, billions of years ago, nothing exploded and then everything came out of that nothingness. Ridiculous. But they try to make you believe that, the idea that a supreme being, a creator, created this is ridiculous compared to that idea. I mean, you know, if you look at it objectively, you know, I would lean towards a creator, because you know, there's so much that points to you know, the fingerprint of a creator. But it's no less ridiculous than nothing exploding and becoming something. In my opinion, the Big Bang theory and the theory of evolution and the ball Earth theory are all interlinked, and they're all there to make us feel as though we're insignificant. We're small, tiny, miniature, unimportant pieces of slime crawling around on a speck of dust in an infinite universe. If that's true, and there's no purpose, there's no meaning to anything, then our owners can do whatever they want with us. Then, you know, this is all accidental, so food can be genetically modified because it's imperfect. You know, we can be modified because we're imperfect. You know, if we realise that this is the universe, and
complete universe.
Yes, this system is is everything. Everything that NASA has put out is CGI, is fake. Okay, you know, people say, I think you mentioned it. You know, if you look out into the universe, you see that the moon is round, you know, spherical, and the planets are spherical, and so why are we flat? Well, how do you know that the planets and the stars are spherical? You know, all you get is, if you look for a telescope, you see a flat disk. If you think you see a spherical shape there, well, it needs two eyes to resolve 3D. If you're looking for a telescope, you can't see anything in 3D. It's going to be flat anyway. So all you see is a flat blob of light. It's only NASA that's giving you these beautiful pictures of so-called planets and stars. Yeah. So so it's a fallacy to say, well, everything else out there is spherical, so we must be. You know, how this is special. You know, so why? It's like saying a basketball is round, so why isn't the court round? You know, it's a fallacy. So this idea of a ball Earth, theory of evolution, the Big Bang, is all about making us feel nothing, so that we can be used. If everybody realised how special we all are, how unique every single life is, then this whole world would change overnight. We wouldn't allow ourselves to be used by this cabal. We wouldn't allow this planet to be destroyed, because they're destroying it because, oh, it's just an accidental planet, one of millions. We've found other Earths, you know. Eventually, if this one gets too messed up, we'll go to another one. No, this is it. So if we all realise that, then we wouldn't allow all these things that are going on. It's all about control. There are a small group of people who want to control the world, and because there's so many of us out there, you know, they can't control us directly. They can't, you know, this small group of people can't, you know, come round to all of us and control us directly. So they must use our own minds, our own hearts and minds against ourselves. And this is what they've done. They've educated us into this world, into this globe spinning, you know, heliocentric Big Bang evolution world, which makes us nothing. This is amazing because when I first started looking, it was about 1.5 years ago, I looked on YouTube and there were maybe about 100 videos, not even that probably, and nobody was talking about it, right? And then over 2015, it exploded. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people looking at Flat Earth now. And what happens is that you'll watch something or read something, and something will strike a chord in your mind, and you'll think, yeah, I've always wondered that. And what will happen is you will start feverishly researching. I mean, what happened to me was, as soon as I got that, I spent every waking hour looking for things and testing things, and this seems to be replicated with thousands of people around the world who suddenly come into this. They start, you know, researching and getting a passion for this, because this is what I think, it's the truth. And we recognise the truth when we hear it. And you know, we feel it. And this I believe, has come at the exact right time, so that we awaken to what's going on in the world. Nothing else, you know, 9/11 even hasn't awoken people, right, to this extent. You know, for me, I've been an atheist for 40 years. From the age of 13, you know, I didn't want anything to do with God and Bibles and whatever, and religions. And now I know for a fact there is a creator. I've seen his fingerprint, you know, not just with the flat Earth. Everything I've done in the last 5 or 10 years has led me to see that there is a creator now. And there's a great many people out there who have had exactly the same revelation as I have. And it is. I'm now following the commandments and trying to be the best human being that I can be, because I think it was a guy called Kent Hovind who said there are only 2 possibilities. Either there is a God or there isn't. And both of them are terrifying. Yeah. If there isn't a God, then nobody's in control. We're hurtling through space, and there's no plan, and there's no nothing, and you know, that's terrifying. If there is a God, then we'd better find out who he is and what he wants and do exactly what he says. And it turns out that he gave us very specific instructions on how to live.
There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
Let me think, just let me think.
In fact, even now, orders are being shouted into telephones, and men with guns will soon be on their way.
It's Chancellor Sattler.
Damn it! Why? Because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is,
if you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked out of you if you don't leave me alone.
So why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon.
Mr. Several, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy. Why don't you talk to the administrator at NASA? We're passengers. We're guys going on a flight.
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get
I'm heading out. I appreciate it.
and get the hell out of the house.
Well, I take your stuff and get the fuck out.
Mr. Seibel, you do not deserve answers.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling a kettle black if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
If you show this publicly, you're open for a lawsuit. Okay?
Do you know what I'm talking about? The Matrix. Do you want to know what it is?
This is the construct.
It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations, anything we need. This is the world that you know.
Why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented.
Pilot for Delta for 26 years. A pilot's primary flight instrument is his artificial horizon, which he has to be maintained level to keep from climbing and descending. From a cockpit, weather permitting, I could see hundreds of miles in all directions, viewing cities connected by roads across the flat plain as far as the eye could see.
If a pilot is flying around the curve of the Earth, then he should be dipping the nose down, and every 5 minutes he should be dipping the nose down to stay around the curve. That's absolute proof that a plane flies over a flat surface rather than a curved one.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth.
Because there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there?
What is the Matrix? Control.
What we need right now is a clear message to the people of this country. This message must be read in every newspaper, heard on every radio, seen on every television.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control.
I want this country to realize that we stand on the edge of oblivion. I want every man, woman, and child to understand how close we are to chaos. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it.
إذا لم نلتقي في الأرض يوما وفرق بيننا كأس المنون فموعدنا غدا في دار خلد بها يحيا الحنون مع الحنون وادعكم بدمعات العيون.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر.